Hello and welcome back to my channel. So if you haven't seen my previous video already, which is the top best paying jobs in animation, check that one out before you watch this one. Or if you just want to get the bad news over with first, then sure, check this one out, which is going to be the worst paying animation jobs. So let me just get this clear. First of all, I'm not saying that these jobs are the worst, but these are more of the jobs that I saw based on the Salty Animator spreadsheet, which you can check down below, which are some of the lower rates that I've seen in animation jobs based in the United States. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video if you would like to see more videos in the future regarding pursuing a career full-time as an artist while also being financially stable and being able to live your life in a healthy, balanced way. And once again, I'm going to be listing a lot of job positions that you might not be fully aware of yet, and if you haven't already checked out this video, 35 jobs in animation. So yeah, in this video, I'm gonna be talking about some of the lower end of the pay rates just because I feel like people should know when they're either being paid unfairly or they should know that this is a pay rate that they should not be staying at. So if you're unfamiliar with how I structure these videos, it's basically going to be me listing the job position, the years of experience, and the studio, whether if it's unionized or not, because you're gonna eventually realize there is some importance in being in a unionized studio. And then again, the weekly rates and yearly rates in US dollars. Some of these lower rates might still be considered high, especially for other people out there living in other countries or other states, but also do know that a lot of these jobs are still kind of based in some of the major cities in the United States where the standard of living is a little bit higher. So while these rates could be considered high for other countries or cities out there, this might still be considered low considering the other pay rates like the ones I've listed in my other video, or just in respect to the city that you're living in and how much the cost of living there is. So let's start off with animation. A 2D animator with less than 1 year of experience at an unknown non-union studio in Connecticut was paid $35,000 per year, and that would be around $673.08 per week. So that's a pretty low rate, and I know this person has only worked for less than 1 year, but maybe this is even severely lower than some storyboard revisionist jobs out there. So then there's a 2D animator with 1 year of experience at Bento Box Entertainment, non-union, in Atlanta, Georgia. So that's interesting because there's a Bento Box animation studios here in Los Angeles. I did not know that there was one in Atlanta, Georgia, and they're being paid $800 per week, which is around $41,600 per year. So definitely not as terrible as the previous one, but if anything, the person in Connecticut should know that they should be getting paid more, even though this one is not like that significantly much more, but $41,600 per year could mean a lot to someone out there. Then there's a 2D animator with 1 year of experience in an undisclosed small studio in Honolulu, Hawaii, being paid $18 per hour, but they get paid $360 per week, which would equate to $18,720 per year. So for them to be getting paid $360 per week but also working $18 per hour, this means they're only working part-time, so that's around 20 hours per week. And this is not a full-time position, but that is still extremely low, and they mentioned some questionable information in the comments section, so I think this person is definitely being severely underpaid, and I hope that they can get out of this job position soon and hopefully find a union position where they will be paid fairly. Then there's a freelance 2D/traditional animator with 3 years of experience in Chicago who's being paid less than $1,000 a month. So I'm not sure if this is a full-time position or not, but that is barely livable. Not even barely livable, that is just not livable at all. So I truly wish the best for this person, and I just hope that the amount that they're making now is just because they're starting to get their foot in the door, but again, they said they have 3 years of experience, so I'm not sure. So the next we're moving on to backgrounds. So a 2D background artist with 1 year of experience at Lanky Box LLC, which is a non-union studio in North Carolina, which I've never heard of, is being paid $150 to $250 per week. With $250 per week, that's around $13,000 per year. I don't think North Carolina is exactly like that expensive, but also it's not the cheapest state either. So I don't know if this person is able to get by with this income, and I hope that they're able to find a better job soon. There's a background artist with 2 years of experience at Floyd County Productions, non-union in Atlanta, who's being paid $21 per hour, which is around $840 per week, which is around $43,680 per year. Okay, so at least this person is being paid better than most of the people we've heard of so far, but again, compared to the background artist pay rates at unionized studios in Los Angeles, this is like literally maybe a fourth or a third of what they're making. Then I couldn't find any other background artists, so I'm just going to mention this junior visual development artist with less than 1 year of experience in San Francisco at a non-union studio who's being paid $20 per hour, which is $800 per week, which is around $41,600 per year, which again, it's not the best, but if you have less than 1 year of experience and you're in San Francisco, hopefully better things are coming along your way soon. Then meanwhile, in the stop motion section, I think this one was a little bit disheartening to read about, just because it's like, I think stop motion is such an underappreciated medium, and it's just like to hear how they're even more undervalued from their pay rates is a little bit disturbing. So a stop motion puppet maker with 2.5 years of experience in Oregon at a non-union studio, but the studio has benefits, is being paid $17 an hour, which is around $680 per week, which is around $35,360 per year. So still really not the best. And then there's a model maker with 5 years of experience in Portland, Oregon at a stop motion studio who's being paid $16 an hour, which is around $33,000 per year, and that's like $640 per week. I've been to Portland. I've never really checked out the living standards there, but I'm sure it's not cheap to live there either. So that is just very unfortunate to hear, and I really hope that this person is able to find something better soon. Then there's a puppet wrangler with 3 years of experience in Portland for Netflix animation at a non-union studio who's being paid $22 an hour, which is around $880 per week, which is around $45,760 per year. I think stop motion in general is very undervalued. Either way, I am wishing the best for these people and that hopefully they can get a better paying job soon. Then there's a layout previs section where one previs artist with 2 years of experience at the third floor, which is not unionized, is being paid $15 per hour, which is around $600 per week, which is around $31,200 per year. I don't know, considering that this is 2 years of experience, like I would kind of understand if this was maybe 0.5 to 1 years of experience, but it's been 2 years and they're still being paid this much. I think they need to find either a better job or find a way to get a raise. Then there's a previs animator with 1 year of experience at a LA unknown studio that is non-union that's being paid $25 per hour, which is $1,000 per week, which is around $52,000 per year. So far, this is probably higher than all of the other amounts we've been hearing before. It's still pretty low, but considering this person has 1 year of experience and the other person before had 2 years and is only being paid $15 an hour, something needs to be done about this. Then there's a previs / post-viz artist with 1 year of experience at Day for Night, which is a non-union animation studio that's being paid $32 per hour, which is around $1,280 per week, which is around $66,560 per year. This is based off of 1 year of experience, and they're previs and post-viz, so I don't know if this person is just juggling multiple responsibilities as well, but at least they are still being paid more than the previous 2 people. But I hope that the previous 2 people are able to eventually get raises as well. Then moving on to the CG world, there's a 3D artist / designer with 1 year of experience in Tampa, Florida, in a non-union unknown studio being paid $18 an hour, which is around $720 per week, which is around $37,440 per year. Then there's a 3D asset artist with 1 year of experience at an unknown non-union studio who's being paid $27 an hour, which is around $1,080 per week, which is around $56,160 per year. So this person might purely only be designing assets and maybe not the overall scope of whatever the project is. So the previous person should definitely try to be looking for a raise, but I'm also aware that they're located in Tampa, Florida, which is most likely going to be non-union at whatever studio you go to there. So again, I hope that these people are able to land unionized jobs or find a job somewhere that is just able to pay a little bit more than that. Then meanwhile, there's a lighting artist with 1 year of experience at an unknown animation studio that is non-union in New York, who's being paid $20 an hour, which is $800 per week, which is $41,600 per year. This is kind of surprising because I feel like New York also had some of the higher pay rates in my previous videos, so I don't know, but just know that definitely a lighting artist working at a unionized studio in Los Angeles definitely gets paid a lot more than this. Then moving on to the world of story. So a storyboard artist with 1 year of experience at Stupid Buddy Studios, which is a non-union studio in Los Angeles, is getting paid $20 per hour, which is also again $800 per week, which is around $41,600 per year. And they've said again some questionable things about their studios. So then there's a storyboard artist with 0 years of experience, also at Floyd County Productions in Atlanta, Georgia, which is a non-union studio, being paid $28 an hour, which is around $1,120 per week, which is around $58,240 per year. So this is the second time I heard about Floyd County Productions in Atlanta, Georgia. I've never heard of this studio, but I will probably look it up after this. Even a storyboard revisionist with 0 years of experience is being paid a lot more than this full-time storyboard artist. Then there's a storyboard artist with 7 years of experience at Rooster Teeth Animation, which is a non-unionized animation studio, being paid $32.20 per hour, which is around $1,288 per week, which is around $66,976 per year. So this is like still not great, considering that this person has worked for 7 years, but this rate is also pretty low compared to the storyboard salaries out there. And even again, a storyboard revisionist in Los Angeles definitely makes more than this amount. Then lastly, I just have some positions in the other category, such as a game animator with 0 years of experience in an unknown non-union Los Angeles studio, is being paid $25 per hour, which is around $1,000 per week, and that is $52,000 per year. Not the worst salary I've heard of in this spectrum, considering the 0 years of experience, but I do think that they can eventually make it somewhere else that will make a lot more. There's a 2D compositor with 2 years of experience at Powerhouse Animation, which is a non-union studio in Austin, Texas, which is being paid $864 per week, which is around $44,928 per year. There's a roto paint artist, which I personally have not heard of before. 1.5 years of experience at Zero Effects. This is based off of 2016 though, at a non-union studio in Boston, which is around $30,000 per year, which would equate to $576.92 per week. So yeah, that is like not great either. So based off of a lot of these job positions that I've talked about so far, the common trend is that most of these positions are from non-unionized studios outside of Los Angeles or San Francisco primarily. That's just my observation, is that some of these rates are not even close to the union minimum rates. So even though the standard of living in California is pretty high, the amount that you get paid is still, I feel like, enough to be able to provide a stable life for you to live, versus this amount that you're being paid in all of these other states. I'm not even sure if that's enough to even get by in those states, even though they're not Los Angeles or San Francisco. And it was hard to find low or worst pays that were in Los Angeles. San Francisco and maybe some of New York. Like those cities are where I struggle to find low-paying jobs. So I also did notice that a lot of the low-paying jobs come from a lack of experience. Like you might notice before in my previous video, a lot of the jobs come from like 3, 5, 10 plus years of experience. These are all pretty much below 3 years of experience. You do have your occasional ones that were more than 5 years of experience, but even still, it's like the fact that they made it onto this sheet shows that they deserve a lot more. So I think a lot of low-paying jobs do come from lack of experience and because you're an entry-level position, but also just know that just because you're an entry-level position doesn't mean that this is the rate that you should be getting paid and that this is not the rate you should be staying at. So this is why talking about pay and having transparency is important so that you know that you are being underappreciated and undervalued, and if need be, you should look elsewhere. But I also understand that some people insist on choosing lower paying jobs for personal reasons. I'm not sure about that, but in the lens of looking for financial stability for the average person out there, I do think that if you are being paid at any of these rates, just know that there are better options out there for you. Anyway, I hope this video provided some helpful insight once again if you're considering choosing a job in the animation industry in your future, because I do think that yes, it is romanticizing to think about becoming an artist in this dream career you've always dreamed of, but also know that there are sometimes sad realities behind the pay rate or living standard. I feel like when you're younger, you just think about what it is you want to do with your future, but you don't really think about what pay rate you're going to be needing for your future. Like some people do at a young age, but I feel like it wasn't the forefront of my mind when I was a student. But it is important to know that whatever job that you are working for, even if you love it, you should be getting paid enough so that you can be able to live the life that you want to. So anyway, I hope this video helped. Check out my previous video if you haven't already, if you want to know what are the top paying jobs in animation. And again, if you want the spreadsheet, the Salty Animator spreadsheet that I'm basing off of these responses from, are in the description box below. And if you would like me to do another video like this where maybe I talk about, you know, best paying jobs in Europe or best paying jobs in Asia with other sorts of demographics or filters, let me know and I would be happy to do another one. And again, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to this channel if you would be interested in seeing more videos about what it's like being a full-time artist, working in the animation industry, publishing books, and making comics and content for social media. Otherwise, thank you for watching this video again, and I will see you all in the next one.